How y'all doing out there? I'm sipping on this moringa tea or whatever. Y'all know about the moringa. Get your herbal knowledge up. You know what I'm saying? Get it up. Get it up. Get it up. Mm. And this funky little Yukio. You know what I'm saying? They ain't paying me to advertise this. It's like this thing where you can it's different type of tea infuser. You know what I'm saying? I drink tea, so I'm always looking for new types of infusers or whatever. But this is Al Achad, man. This is Al Achad here. Holography, Ether INS, which is short for Ethereality Institute. Obviously, before we begin, we must start with the tome, which is another name for book. Holography, the whole writing of the arts and sciences as one educational discipline by Al Achad. That's me. Um, holographer.com. Put the banner up 1 second. There we go. The website will track across the screen going left. Yes, going left. So definitely you want to get this book. For those of you that are into this is really a book of alchemy. So if you want to sharpen your alchemy skill, you want to know the knowledge or the science that precedes every other science in existence. You want to learn about the Wholography Unified Theorem, which is the most accurate unified theorem above any type of string theory, above any type of particle physics, even the grand almighty grand what is it, God Almighty Grand Unified Theorem by Gabriel Oyibo. It's even more accurate than that. How do we explain everything using one thing? Holography, get that. But today, about the review, Nope. You know what I'm saying? Came out last year, 2022, directed by Jordan Peele. You know what I'm saying? He directed Get Out. You know, that was like kind of like the you know, Black Lives Matter movie of all time. You know what I'm saying? They even had the Kool-Aid song from what's his name? Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, Stay Woke, Don't Catch You Sleeping. And then Us came out in 2019. You know what I'm saying? Where they had the tethers in there. You know what I'm saying? If you ever ate rabbit, and if I find out that you ate rabbit before, I don't care if it was cooked, raw, fondue, sauteed, grilled, you a tether. I never had rabbit, so I ain't no tether. But anyway, he then comes out with a higher scale production known as Nope. You know what I'm saying? Nope. Yup. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ATL dudes and dudettes out there, y'all came out with the snap dance and all that stuff. Thank you. It was real fun. You know what I'm saying? So Nope is this science fiction thriller horror type of film. Starring Daniel Kaluuya, who actually starred in Get Out. You know what I'm saying? He was the star of that movie Get Out. They say that when he got out, he then went to Wakanda to become the Wakabi. You know what I'm saying? He got out so much that he went all the way to Wakanda. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of plans to, go over there and travel to fictional countries in Africa. So, you know what I'm saying? Get your ticket. Also stars, what's her name? What's her name? The Joan from the Tyler Perry movies. What's her name? Can't believe I forgot her name. She was Aquila and the Bee. Her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Can't believe I forgot her name that quick. But yeah, and then it's starring the Stephen Yoon dude. He's supposed to be in this Netflix thing, this Road Rage Netflix show. But anyway, man, this is a movie I've been meaning to do a review on for like months. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all that's been following me for that, or subscribe to my channel for that long, that I've advertised that I was going to do a review on Nope, but never did it. Because I was like, nope, I don't feel like you know what I'm saying, I don't have the heart to do it, but sometimes, it comes through for you to do it. So I'm doing it now. So first and foremost, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, shut it off. Spoiler alert, or if you don't care about spoilers or spoiler alerts, yes, the creature in Nope is definitely a camera. Yes, it is. Care to debate that? Kiki Palmer, that's her name. I can't believe I forgot her name. Kiki Palmer, you know what I'm saying? She's in the movie as the sister. So Daniel Kahlua and Kiki Palmer are brothers sisters in this movie where um their grandfather owns this ranch of horses, that these horses are trained to be in, the Hollywood production. So, you have any movie where you have to deal with animals or spiders or anything like that. You have wranglers or controllers that, they lend these animals, or they, direct these animals on set so that, they can be a part of the film. So, um the brother sister combination, like, they descend from a family of horse wranglers that does these horses for Hollywood, for any Hollywood horses, especially for, if you're talking about westerns, you know what I'm saying, westerns, you need horses in those type of movies. But so, the father dies, who's played by Keith David, legend in the Hollywood game. He does the voices for the Army and Navy commercials, you know what I'm saying. uh say he was in one of my favorite movies, Marked for Death. He was in that movie, just in case you don't know that. Um, so he gets killed in the movie by a mysterious uh, objects falling out the sky. He gets killed by a coin or whatever. And so now Daniel Kaluuya's character, his job is to now go in and you know, keep the family business alive while in Hollywood. So he's out here trying to, wrangle horses for Hollywood, but he's not much of a people's person or nothing like that. So, his sister Kiki Palmer comes in and, kind of sells it for the Hollywood people so that they can get the horses. So Daniel Kaluuya's character is OJ, and then um Kiki Palmer's character is Emerald. So OJ and Emerald have to face against this so-called alien that's stalking them in the sky on some Jaws shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever seen Jaws. And actually, this is something I'm going to mention throughout this review, that you know, Jordan Peele, in these interviews that he was doing for this movie, to promote the movie, he was name dropping some movies that kind of give you, and it kind of spoils the movie by him giving you the movies that he drew inspiration from, namely uh 2001: A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. And know this with any movie: if the director or producers are referencing or saying that they're inspired by any Stanley Kubrick movie, you should already know that it's some cryptic shit within that movie. Because Stanley Kubrick is the king of cryptic out here. It's a cryptic ass dude. You know what I'm saying? Eyes Wide Shut, Clockwork Orange, 2001: Space Odyssey, Full Metal Jacket, Barry Lyndon, those type of movies. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know that type of thing. So you should already know that Jordan Peele is being cryptic in this movie, just as he was being cryptic in the movie prior, which was Us, with Lupita Nyong'o and all them. So I already knew that this was going to be something where he's hiding something in this movie that even the movie producers don't even you're not going to be able to catch it. And that's what Stanley Kubrick was out here doing. He was out here making movies, and he's slipping past the censors or the gatekeepers of the Hollywood film industrial complex, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's the ability to fool your producers or your distributors into making a movie go public without them even knowing what the movie is actually about. Very, very wise, very genius way of making movies. You know what I'm saying? So they deal with this alien thing that looks like a spacecraft, but it turns out, spoiler alert, it is the alien. The spacecraft actually is the creature that's actually hunting them. So it's not like it's a spacecraft where there's aliens on it and they're abducting people. No, the actual spaceship is the alien, is the creature to be feared, is the predator. Just like, again, Jordan Peele was out here, you know what I'm saying, doing interviews and doing promotions where he was saying that Jaws was an inspiration for this film. So, he out here, making the flying saucer the actual shark. But instead of being stalked in the waters or in the ocean, this shark is in the clouds, in the sky, stalking. You know what I'm saying? And you should already know, with a cryptic movie, we got to sit here and decrypt it or decode it. So I have a couple notes here. So one thing I want to say just off the bat is I hope that as you capture it, that it doesn't capture you. A little slower. I hope that as you capture it, it does not capture you. What do I mean by that? Well, what am I using to actually broadcast this live right here? Like, what am I using? How are you able to see me right now? Like, what tool am I using for you to be able to observe me? Whether this you're on the live stream with me right now, or you're watching this after it has been recorded. Camera. So going back to what I just said, let's apply what the camera means to this statement. I hope that as you capture it, it does not capture you. So it's just like saying some Friedrich Nietzsche type thing, where it's like, as you gaze into the abyss, the abyss gazes back into you. So this is kind of like that type of film where the creature is actually a metaphor or a symbol for something in our real life existence. So if you think this is just about aliens, no, this is more about what this alien that we're looking at in this film actually represents. And we see, if you can really decode it, like as if it were a Stanley Kubrick film, the actual alien known as Jean Jacket, they give it the name Jean Jacket after the horses, because each horse on this ranch in this movie has a nickname. And actually, the movie is kind of like separated into sections or chapters where each chapter is named after one of the horses. So Jean Jacket is the name that was given to this flying saucer type alien, but it's actually a camera. And there are clues given to you in the movie that let you know that this creature in the sky is actually a fucking camera. Matter, you know what I'm saying? Just off the bat, just looking straight up at it, if you were to look at it and it was up above the sky, about to suck you in, because it sucks you in by using some sort of tornado um torsion type of thing where it sucks you up off the ground by twisting you in the air like that, right? So as you look at it, it looks like a fucking camera, just like how I'm looking into the eye of the camera right now to see you. I can't see you right now, you know what I'm saying? I hope you ain't ugly, but you know what I'm saying, this is what I'm using to, you know what I'm saying, you know, for you to see me right now. There's even an icon on this studio that I'm using to broadcast this live stream, is using an eye icon. So when you look into a camera, you're looking into an artificial eye. So look at all the cameras you got. Think about all the cameras you ever used. In fact, start with the camera right there on your phone. Think about all the videos you've made based on the camera just on your phone. Think about all the things you've done, you know what I'm saying, and captured it on film. And then what did you do with the footage? So, for example, we're in the age of social media. So, what did people do with the footage that they capture with their camera, right? They put it online, just like how I'm doing. I'm capturing myself or this footage of me talking about a movie, and then I'm uploading it or streaming it into YouTube, which then it'll become a rewatchable video as you're watching it, after the stream is done. So think about all the shit you did, all the things you've done with the footage you've recorded with your phone. What I'm going into is talking about attention, spectacle, because that's one thing that Jordan Peele is always talking about when he's talking about Nope. Is the movie is about spectacle and our relationship towards spectacle. What does he mean by spectacle? The things that grab and capture our attention and lock us in while we watch it, no matter what it is. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. But it's a spectacle in the sense that it's something that people want to watch or can't turn away from, which is a idea that's explored in this movie Nope. So you have an alien that looks just like a fucking camera. Now, another reason why, or another clue as to what this alien actually is in this movie, is the fact that the Asian guy in this movie, Steven Yeun, who plays Ricky Park or Ricky Juke Park, he has a ranch type of amusement park, and some of in the stuffed animals that he has, or the stuffed creatures that he has, are these aliens that look like they have these black eyes and this white curvy head, right? But what he was doing with that, Jordan Peele, the director, is showing you that the alien, this creature, is actually based on what the camera looks like. So if you ever seen a movie camera where it has those two loops and it has the film running through the loops or the sprockets of that camera. If you look at it from a sideways angle, it looks like it could be a creature, a person, right? So if you go to this ranch where, this amusement park ranch that this Ricky has in the movie, the Asian guy, he has these, these aliens make it look like a camera. So that was a clue as to what this flying saucer was in the movie. It's a camera. Ah, because now you also have to deal with the movie that he said he drew inspiration from to create his movie. So again, going back to 2001, A Space Odyssey, which was directed by Stanley Kubrick. In that movie, I'm doing spoiler alerts all throughout. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you get mad, we can knuckle up, you know what I'm saying, after the camera is shut off. But you know what I'm saying? In that movie, you have this black bar, this black square, this black thing that keeps turning, you know what I'm saying, clockwise or counterclockwise. And it's this thing where people have figured it out that is actually talking about a TV or a movie screen. So this item within the movie is actually talking about something in our real life world. So what Kubrick was doing in his movie 2001 was trying to tell you in a cryptic way that the whole alien thing or the outer space thing does not exist, or it only exists as a concoction created by Hollywood and not NASA and all these different organizations. So you think there's real aliens, or whatever you've been thought or trained to think is an alien is actually a Hollywood creation. So you think something is really outer space out there, then it crash lands here. What if it was something to make you think that there's something out there? And they create this big Hollywood production to make you believe or have you believe that it's actual thing that came from outer space. So the movie Nope and even the movie 2001 is about Hollywood production. I mean, Hollywood is all throughout this movie. I mean, like I said, you have these ranchers, these black ranchers that train these horses to be in movies. So this whole thing is about movie productions and how, partially about movie productions and how people tend to believe what they see on camera, not knowing that it was staged to make you think that it's a real thing. So now reality and fantasy are blurring. So now you don't know what's what. You know how they say art imitates life and life imitates art? Well, what if that imitation starts to break down and it's like now you don't know which is which? Oh, so Jordan Peele gives you that clue. Like you have, like I said, there's a scene in the movie where OJ is investigating what's like he thinks that someone has entered his ranch and he thinks it's aliens, and he punched one in the face and he find out that it's just some kids dressed up like an alien. But the costume of that alien looks just like a Hollywood camera on the side. So again, he's trying to tell you, I'm repeating myself, he's trying to tell you, if you're paying attention, if you can decrypt what he's saying, is that the alien is nothing but a Hollywood or a camera creation. Because you know about that whole conspiracy about the moon landing, how it was fake, it was just a Hollywood production. Well, Jordan Peele kind of touches on that or the themes of that in this movie Nope. You know what I'm saying? Again, he's giving you shit for you to be able to decode it. You know what I mean? Again, he's doing these interviews back in 2022 where he's saying that, 2001 is a movie that inspired Nope, the movie Nope. You know what I mean? So again, let me say it one more time, and I'm gonna keep saying it as a theme or a leaf motif. I hope that as you capture it, that it doesn't capture you. So what does that mean? So as you're sitting here filming yourself on camera or filming the things that you do on camera, I hope that you don't get sucked into the camera. Just like the alien sucks everything up into itself, by stalking the skies and looking for things to eat on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to sit here and break this shit down a little bit more. You got to analyze it. Look at all the people on social media. Look what they do for that camera. Look what lengths they are willing to go to get attention based on the footage that they capture. Nah. So you got a lot of show off attention whores out here. You got that. don't you? You got these TMZ websites where it's like, nothing is too taboo. Like they'll capture anything on camera so that it can sell, so that it can get ratings, so that they can, get capture your attention. So one of the features of this alien in this movie Nope is that if you look up at it, it's gonna get you. But it ain't gonna fuck with you if you don't look up at it. So that's even a way that they try to, defeat the alien is by making sure that they never look up at it. Because that's what OJ figures out in the film, that it's a predator. Like you don't look it in the eye. If you look it in the eye, it's going to come after you and try to consume you, eat you. So this is the same thing about looking into this camera right now. It's an eye. So I hope that in looking into this eye of the camera, I don't get captured. I don't get consumed by it. I don't get ate up by it. I don't get swallowed by it. But now you go to any type of social media right now, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'm on YouTube right now. You seeing people get swallowed up by the eye of the camera every day. That's when I want to give you an insight. I click the side of my glasses and I point at you. So now you have the wisdom. You got the insight. You know what I mean? So I see the movie Nope as a commentary on this feature of society now. Everybody's captured by the camera as they're capturing things on camera. They're being sucked into the eye. Just like in the movie 2001, people are being sucked into the television or sucked into the movie screen. You know what I'm saying? Same metaphor. And it's clever to make the camera itself the creature that's hunting and killing and doing all the, swallowing and the devouring. You know what I'm saying? So it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. You know what I mean? So think about that. Have you been sucked into the eye of the camera? Because I got tape on my camera. You know what I'm saying? I got tape on mine in front and back. You know what I'm saying? Front and back. You can't see me. You know what I'm saying? Unless, of course, I'll take the tape off the camera and you can see me. So that's me trying to prevent the eye of the camera from sucking me in. Not just even me physically or what my footage, but just even my information. Because we live in a society where it's heavily surveilled. Everybody's camera is on 24/7. Who's to say that you're like footage of you is not being captured when you're not using your camera? And not even just video footage, it could be sound. Like what's stopping the microphone from, what I'm saying, picking sounds up. So even as I got tape over the eye of my cameras, I still sitting here saying things. So you can use this device to tap into my daily conversations or the things that I'm saying. So you can tap into my business right now if you had the ability to do that. So you got a lot of crafty devils out here that know how to, what I'm saying, little crafty little demons out here that know how to hack into your camera or your device and pick up all types of information on you. They even kind of touched on this in the movie The Dark Knight with Batman and the Joker. And you see how Batman himself, who's supposed to be the hero, he resorts to this sonar technology in order to try to find the Joker because he feels that the Joker is this terroristic level threat. So you need to see that whole, not to go, too off of the movie Nope, but looking at the whole Dark Knight trilogy, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises as a metaphor for the whole Afghanistan war and how they put up this Patriot Act in order to enable them to surveil and watch everybody. How does this saying go? It's an old saying that says the price for safety is eternal vigilance. Am I saying it right? The price of safety is eternal vigilance. So in order to keep everybody safe, you know what I'm saying? Especially here in the United States or whatever, we got to watch everybody. We got to keep all cameras on at all times to make sure that we can see everything going on at all times, everywhere at once. Your traffic signs now have cameras on them. Did you notice that? So now they can catch you, you know what I'm saying, try to send you a ticket. Like every time I'm traveling across the United States to go see family, there's always these like toll booths or these traffic cameras that's taking a picture of my fucking uh, um, um, license plate so that they can then put the license plate number into a system, look me up, and then send me a bill talking about I got to pay them $60 for speeding or something like that. So that goes into that saying the price for safety is eternal vigilance, like this whole Big Brother thing where it's like everybody's being watched. The eye of the camera is always on you. That's why I got tape on mine. Got tape on mine, mother. Yeah, I'm like that. I got my book cover on my phone screen. So yeah, that's what I do. Because then it gives me an excuse to put this on screen. Make sure you get the book, man. Man, the website is at it's streaming at the bottom. Man, go ahead and get you one, man. Go ahead and get that science, man. But anyway, so again, I ask you one more time, what have you done for the camera? And if you one of those people where it's like, well, I don't like to show off myself like that. I don't be putting myself out there like that. Okay, well, let me ask you another question. What have you been sucked into then by other people's cameras? So again, as you're scrolling through your social media, you're looking at all these videos, all these pictures, all these photos, these art, anything you can see on your timeline as you're scrolling through your social media. That's people doing the same thing. You may not be doing it, but they are, and you're captured by it. Why? Because you can't look away. You're always on your social media app. You're always looking at someone else doing what they do. You're watching me right now. Mm-hmm. So I keep asking, what do people do for this camera? I've seen people sit here and wear shirts where their nipples can be seen through the gossamer material of their shirt. You can see the areolas and the pierced nipple through the shirt. Now, it's nothing new. I mean, you can watch a porno, you can, you know what I'm saying, watch an explicit movie with strong sexual content and be able to see that too. But now it's everywhere on your Instagram. It's everywhere on your Facebook. It's everywhere on your YouTube. You can't look away. And then the woman that's doing that, she's actually being exploited by the social media app because it's a way to retain viewers. It's a way to retain followers, right? You think about everybody that's making money off of YouTube right now. They make money on YouTube. They make money by allowing advertisements to, to be in their video or something like that. Or, you know what I'm saying, they sponsor some sort of product or service in their video, right? You are the most valuable to YouTube if you can retain viewers and subscribers. That's the only way YouTube will ever invest in you, is the fact that you can retain people on the website. The moment that you cannot do that is the moment you will be shadow banned or even, forgotten about. Your content will not spread throughout the social media app. So actually you become a slave to YouTube in that way because they pay you just to retain people on the app. So if sex sells, then you got this whole Instagram thing where it's like, you can get paid, you can get money, they can, cut you off a piece of the money, the ad money, if you're on here retaining followers. Because who can look away? It's a rack, it's a titties, and you can see the nipples through the shirt. You trying to tell me you gonna turn away from that? You don't like titties? You don't like the Y areolas that's big as those silver dollars? You don't like those? I like them. I don't know how I would be able to turn away, but that's where you're being exploited. That's where you're being sucked in. It's not just that, it's anything. It could be any spectacle. Look at all these videos that they make where, someone's falling on their face or they're jumping on trampolines and they hurt themselves or it could be anything, accidents. It doesn't matter. As long as it has a value of spectacle, meaning that it's something that could be rewatched and watched and watched and watched and watched and watched, then the social media app is going to exploit that. It's going to keep that. It's going to retain that and suck people in. So I would even see this movie Nope as also a commentary on social media. not just movies or TV or anything with a camera. It's for me, it's more specifically social media. You know what I'm saying? Like you can capture celebrities on camera going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Name your favorite celebrity and see if they ain't go berserk yet. So that's their life, but this is your entertainment. As long as it has a value of entertainment attached to it, you know what I'm saying? A value, a spectacle that can be watched, rewatched millions of times in a day or two, then that will be exploited. That's what's sucking us in. So again, that creature, this flying saucer like alien within this movie, is a commentary on that. You're being sucked into a camera all day. You know what I mean? So I am gonna say it one more time. I hope that as you capture it, whatever it is, on footage, on film, on video, that it doesn't capture you. So notice that everyone who dies or gets sucked up by this creature in the movie is everybody who chose to look into the camera or looking at the alien. If you don't look at him, he can't get you. He is not going to feed on you. It's not even going to notice you. Right? Spoiler alert. Now, another thing I also want to touch on is the fact that what if this ain't an alien in this movie? What if it's a man-made concoction? Because I said this earlier, where you look at the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, it's been decoded that that black rectangle thing, statue or thing, that black thing in the movie is actually a movie screen, and it's to show that this whole moon landing that's you think that's being, or this whole outer space thing is actually just a Hollywood creation, but y'all be believing in it. And be, what I'm saying, sending me videos or trying to get me to watch stuff about black extraterrestrials. You know what I'm saying? Extraterrestrials. Have you ever heard of that thing about lamb or lam? That thing that this creature, this occult thing that they based the alien, the grays, the grays that are gray skin, they got large dome heads and they got the black eyes or whatever. That has been shown to be a rendition, or it was taken from this so-called creature named Lam or Lamb, Lam, and they just took the image of that and turned that into your modern day alien. But I mean, you see movies where they come up with their own renditions of what aliens are. I mean, you even have alien species. Like look at something like Star Wars, like that. There's so many different alien species, but that's the quintessential alien look. Especially aliens that be anal probing people, the ones that they say that you get abducted and then they stick something up your boot, up your third, your brown eye. You know what I'm saying? The aliens, the big gray alien, big head, and they got the black eyes or whatever. That's actually based off of an occult drawing. You know what I'm saying? So how much of this outer space shit is actually real? So what if the NASA thing is just them faking everything about the aliens? And then just within the context of the storyline in the movie Nope, what if that's not really an alien? It's something that it was a creation. Because notice where the movie takes place. It takes place out there in California in the desert. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of people out there. There's people spread out here and there. It's just one big ass desert. And in those areas, they test a lot of nuclear weapons and stuff like that. Now, I'm not trying to be somebody with a tinfoil hat. My hat just has an A on it, you know what I'm saying? For, Apex or anything start with an A, Alpha, Achad, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist here. I'm looking at the movie and seeing what the movie is trying to say. What if that was also some sort of man-made concoction and it's been released out into the public or the wild or just out in the open, and now it didn't turn on its master, or just it went berserk? Because that'll even tie into the movie that Jordan Peele did prior to this, Nope, which was Us. And in that movie, spoiler alert, you should have watched it. It's been 4 years. You have these tethers or these clones that live in tunnels and the abandoned areas underground, and they're basically clones of people above the earth. So that's one big ass conspiracy, right? Somebody dabbling in biology and being able to use genetics to clone somebody, right? So how would this one be any different? This movie that he just, came out with? Nope. What if that alien, that flying saucer, was something that someone created in a lab somewhere? Also, the movie touches on Nope, Jordan Peele's movie touches on Hollywood exploitation. I already talked about exploitation early in this live stream about being exploited, because Hollywood has a very dark and dirty and filthy and nasty track record of exploiting animals, people. It doesn't matter who it is. They've been exploiting even just, black people. You know what I'm saying? Again, that movie Birth of a Nation, one of the first films to ever be made, that movie does exploit black people. It makes them look like, coons or whatever. We become public enemy number one in that movie. Or this racist history, you know what I'm saying? Racist and exploitative Hollywood machine. It'll chew you up or swallow you and spit you right back out again, just like the alien does in the movie. This alien is so sick that it sucks up everything and then uses the blood that it just sucked up from all the people it just swallowed up and regurgitates or vomits the blood on their house. You like OJ and Emerald's house in the movie. Like, that's how vicious it is. So I think that also Jordan Peele is making a commentary on how the Hollywood machine or the Hollywood industrial complex or this Hollywood business sucks you up and spits you right the fuck back out. You've been used and exploited, underpaid, you know what I'm saying, discriminated against, and just spit right fuck back out like the alien does. Exploitation. You even had a whole genre of exploitation known as black exploitation in the 70s, where they made all these movies, dealing with pimps and hoes and hustlers and drug addicts and all that, you know what I'm saying? Throughout the black exploitation area, like Superfly, Shaft, you know what I'm saying? Those type of movies, you know what I'm saying? Brown Sugar, Foxy Brown. You think about all the actors and cast and crew members that made these movies, you think they still getting their fair share of pay for all those movies that they made? Again, it's the whole pattern of they sucked you up and spit your ass right out. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You were a t-shirt of the week. You was just something for them to make money off of and then throw back right out, you know what I'm saying, when they don't need you no more. Just like the alien in the movie. And I like how Jordan Peele deals with animals in this, because even during the first scene of this movie where they're dealing with the chimpanzee that went crazy, you know what I'm saying, the chimpanzee that they used for this TV show, fictional TV show that came out in the 90s. So the monkey or the chimpanzee go crazy and kill, like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 people on set. But that's what you get for trying to exploit wildlife like a chimpanzee. The chimpanzee ain't supposed to be around no people in no fucking movie studio. The chimpanzee is supposed to be out in the trees picking bugs off of his cousin and eating the bugs off, you know what I'm saying? Doing what chimps do. But you got the chimp, you captured the chimp and you made the chimp act like you know what I'm saying, like a clown or some sort of entertainer. He's imprisoned into that. So what makes you think that the chimpanzee is not going to turn on you? The chimpanzee is a wild animal. So your attempts to try to control this wild force of nature, you know what I'm saying, is a folly. It's a failing on your part. Like, I don't even know if you got a dog or a cat or any type of pet you got, any type of animal you got. You think that animal wants to be locked up with you? or locked into a house or domesticated, you know what I'm saying? It has a wild side. So after they had these balloons on the TV set or the TV production set, as they're recording this TV show, and the balloons start popping. So that triggers the chimpanzee. Now the chimpanzee is scared. So what does a scared chimpanzee do? Attack everybody. So he got that monkey strength, that chimpanzee strength. Because how they say, like, primates, especially like chimpanzees or monkeys like that, their mitochondrial power is not necessarily in their nervous system, it's in their muscles. So that makes them have that superhuman, or I ain't gonna say superhuman, just that super strength, that retarded strength. You know what I'm saying? Dumb strength, stupid strength. And that monkey goes crazy and kills almost everybody up in that studio except the little Asian boy, who, again, he's still someone that's also being exploited by this TV station because he's this token Asian kid. So that's why they have that type of bond, when they do this fist bump, that, the Asian kid and the chimpanzee do that fist bump, because they're kind of in the same situation. They're not Anglo-Saxon, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant WASP, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody else on that show, you got the white mom, white dad, and the white daughter. But you got an Asian kid, and then you got a chimpanzee on the show. So they're being exploited. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about his Asian culture to an American audience. Who cares about that? He's only there to be a novelty. It's like, oh, it's interesting that this white family has a Asian kid as one of their children, and then they also have a chimpanzee. So now the Asian kid and the chimpanzee are one and the same. They're in the same boat. And that's probably why the chimpanzee doesn't kill the Asian kid, because he's like, you're not here to exploit me. You're just like me in this situation. And then dealing with the history that's in the movie Nope, where OJ and Emerald, who are the brother and sister in the movie, played by Daniel Kaluuya and Kiki Palmer, their great grandfather is supposed to be the first person on film ever captured on film, but they don't know his name. Not in real life. In the movie, he's given a name, but in real life, that black guy that's riding the horse in that first footage, moving picture, nobody knows the name. We know the name of the person who captured the footage, the white guy who captured it, but we don't necessarily know the name of the black guy or the black man in that first footage. And I think this was like the 1800s, maybe. I think it's the 1800s or something like that, where, the first footage that was ever captured in a first moving footage, you know what I'm saying? And you see how in the movie it's like, they have an ancestor, or, like a great grandfather who is actually part of movie history, but he's not recognized as such. So again, it's this theme of exploitation. You exploited this black man, never gave him money, never gave him props, never recognized his name, never gave him any type of compensation, but he is part of movie history. So again, he was sucked up and then spit out. You know what I'm saying? I might have spit on you if you was right here in the camera. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. What people do for the camera, right? I just did that for the eye of the camera, right? So think about everybody, what they do right now for the camera, what they do for Instagram, what they do for Facebook, what they do for YouTube. Look how they sell themselves for that buck or for that camera. Now you sold your soul to this social media app. You sold your soul through the eye of the camera. Not saying you do anything like that, but I'm also, encouraging you to kind of look at how you're approaching this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole R. Kelly thing. You know what I mean? Remember that? When he, the tape was floating around of him molesting this girl. Everybody and their grandmama seen that. I'm one of the ones that never actually saw it. I mean, I've seen, where, in the Boondocks or, something like Dave Chappelle, the Chappelle show where they make fun of it. But I actually never seen that footage. But I know some people that have, especially during that early 2000s run. Why would you want to see it though? Think about the psychology. And if you didn't want to see it, think about people around you. Why do you want to see this R&B singer, you know what I'm saying, molest or pee on this girl? It's spectacle. It's a disgusting thing, you know what I'm saying? But everybody wants to see it. I'm pretty sure around the time you remember, like, bootleg movies. I mean, you don't have to worry about that now because we got internet and the whole. I don't know nothing. Scratch that out. I don't know nothing about bootleg, nothing on the internet. I don't know nothing about pirate movies. I don't know nothing about it. Don't ask me. But anyway, back in like the early 2000s, I mean, especially in the 99 and the 2000s, you got your movies by these DVDs, and then before that it was tapes. So that was really the only way you could see the footage. So imagine how much money you made based on you selling tapes of a grown man singer pissing in a little girl's face. But like Dave Chappelle said, how old is 14, 15 really? So our addiction to these spectacles, these things where it's like it's fucked up. Let me just say it like that. It's fucked up. But it doesn't stop you from wanting to see it though. Like if I told you that I got a tape right now, I got some footage of, I don't know, Beyonce having lesbian sex with Carrie Hilson or something. You want to come see it? You gonna turn that down? No, because it's spectacle. You want to see it. Now think of the nastiest thing that could be captured on film. You think anybody would look away? No, you would want to see that because it's spectacle. You want to look at it. No matter how fucked up it is, no matter how messed, it doesn't matter. You want to see it. You want to be sucked in to what this footage is. So now you have people in this movie Nope where, they'll do anything to capture a shot of the alien. So you have this dude named Antlers Holst in the movie where, OJ and Emerald go to him because he's this dude that knows how to really capture things on film. Like he's an ace at it. You know what I'm saying? And then you see him in his own house looking at footage of wild animals and all the footage he's captured out in the wild. So they kind of enlist him to kind of help them capture some pictures or some footage of the alien. Because the whole thing about OJ and Emerald is that they want to make money off of it. And again, exploitation. They're being exploited, so now they want to exploit. They want to capture pictures of the alien in the sky that's floating, flying through the sky, eating everything up. They want to get pictures and footage of it so they can sell to Oprah. So they can put it on internet and get the credit and the money for it. So they want that Oprah shot. Because again, if they get that Oprah shot, they can then go on the show and talk about it, get money, get prestige, get fame, and whatever. So they risking their lives to do it. But I understand if the animal is hunting you, you want to hunt the animal. But that's what people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Like think about these people that go around pranking people. I notice that a lot of these white pranksters that you see on YouTube, they will dare themselves, they will go into these hoods, like where black people live at, provoke them, mess with them, call them out their name, disrespect them, only to capture that on video so that they can then put it on YouTube and have millions of views on it. But does the people that got the footage on them, do they get paid for it? Like if you came into my hood and you disrespected me, calling me a nigga or whatever, and then I punch you all in your face, kick you all in your stomach, because these white boys be getting fucked up, and then it's captured on video, and then you upload it to your video, like your YouTube, and then it gets like 10 million views. Do I get paid for that? Because I'm on camera fucking you up. I should be getting money for that. So this is movie Nope is also dealing with that thing. Like you went into this wilderness known as the hood, you know what I mean, and you tried to get some footage and you can lose your life. There was this news thing, this Yeah, this news story that one of these white pranksters, he got actually shot. Because you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful with that. I think he was trying to do something, and the dude that he was pranking shot him. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful out here trying to capture that type of footage. You know what I mean? Same thing in the movie Nope. And actually, Antler's host, the guy that I was talking to you about, the character in the movie, played by Michael Wincott, he he just starts doing dumb shit as they're trying to capture footage of the alien. He looks up at the alien like a dummy, and the alien sucks him up because that's the theme of the movie. You look into this camera, it sucks you in and then spits you out. So I think definitely with Jordan Peele, I think that's what he was also trying to say about the movie, is that he may have been a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? Where he got sucked in, like even with the movie Get Out. He got sucked into that. Like he became this real famous director. Like he was only known for the Key and Peele comedy show, right? Or Mad TV. He was only known for that. But as soon as he made this Black Lives Matter flavored movie known as Get Out, he became an instant star. He became more of a star than the actual actors in the movie. But I guess what he was also saying is that maybe earlier in his career, he was exploited, just like the Asian kid, just like the chimpanzee. He was sucked in and then spit out. So if you think there's white actors getting, or white people getting sucked into this thing and then spit out, think about what's happening to someone that's a minority or a black person or an Asian person or an animal. Think about that. You think social media or any of these social media apps care about you? No, they only using you to bring in more people. If you are making content where it's watchable enough where it keeps people on the app, YouTube will fuck with you. The moment you do something that doesn't do that, get out my face. We don't need you no more. Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And one of the tea leaves got, or the moringa leaves got on my tongue. I had to pull it off. But anyway, that's what we're talking about here. This is the movie Nope. So again, spoiler alert: the camera or the alien in the movie is the eye of a camera, sucking you in. And like I said, if this is something where Jordan Peele, like he felt like this is something that happened to him in his career, like I don't know how long he's been in the show business. Hold on, let me look that up right quick. Something to look up, right? So I know he was on Mad TV, but I'm trying to figure out if he had any type of hold on. So he's from Maryland. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so he was in um hold on, let me see. I think he was an actor ever since he was in the business ever since he was a kid. So I think the Asian kid in the movie kind of represents Jordan Peele. Or maybe he just wasn't a kid. He probably was just young enough where, you know what I'm saying, he got sucked up into this industry of film and TV. And like I said, he felt that exploitation because again, you're a black person in a white industry. You know what I'm saying? Or you're an Asian person in this white industry, or you're an animal in this human industry. So that means there is a high chance or likelihood of you being exploited by that industry, that system. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to touch on that. But also, the last point I have here written down is the whole thing of what the alien actually looks like when it's unfolded, because it has like a second form. Instead of looking like a flying saucer, it can then turn itself into this like it looks like a fucking sheet with an eye. Like you take a bed sheet and wrap it around, and then it has an eye in the middle. That's what it kind of looks like. But it also kind of brings up the whole anime Neon Genesis Evangelion. So that's actually on Netflix right now. I've been watching it from time to time, and it looks like one of those angels. So in that show or that anime Neon Genesis Evangelion NGE, these pilots or these army or military people they create these robots for people to operate in order to kill these angel monsters. So they call them angels. So these angels come to earth and they cause destruction, they kill, they destroy everything. I haven't watched the whole series, but I'm pretty sure the idea of what that looks like kind of relates back to this anime. He said, hold on, someone said it was fun to see their great grandfather was from Bahamas and they had the calypso music, Obia Man. Yeah, they did have the song Obia Man in there. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Exuma. Very familiar with Exuma because he's an Obia Man, right? But anyway, yeah, so for me, some people may not interpret it that way, but I'm really thinking uh, um just by the clues that was given throughout the film, and then Jordan Peele making mention of certain movies, that alien is a camera. You know what I mean? There's a scene where that alien sucks up all the people at that ranch, that amusement park ranch, that the Asian guy, now that he's, grown up, he's like in his 30s now, because he was a kid when he was traumatized by that chimpanzee going crazy in that movie or that TV station. But now it fast forwards in the movie I guess 2022, where he's now he runs this ranch based on a character he played as a kid. So as a kid, he played like some sort of cowboy. So now he's exploiting his own um, trauma by creating this amusement park, and then he has this room in his office where it's all the memorabilia back in the 90s when the chimpanzee went crazy. So there's people that will come to his ranch they'll pay like $50,000 just to sleep in that room. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that happened when the chimpanzee went crazy is that one of the women's shoes, like it started to stand up vertically. You know what I'm saying? And they call it a bad miracle because despite the fact that the chimpanzee beat the shit out of everybody, he literally, you know what I'm saying? Beat the shit out of them, bloodied them, killed a few people. But in the midst of all that, one of the women's shoe stood up vertically. So where else is that? When is that ever going to happen again? That a shoe, I ain't got no shoe around me, but you know what I'm saying? If you had a shoe and it stood up vertically, like on its heel, and it stood up, and you captured that on film, you know what I'm saying? That's a bad miracle. Because look what had to happen for that to happen. You know what I mean? A chimpanzee had to go crazy for that shoe to stand up like that, and it'd be a miracle shot. So he has all this stuff in his office, and he charges people to, come see it, come sleep there, because it's spectacle. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a museum of his own trauma that he's, you know what I'm saying? In the movie, it implies that he never got over his trauma. And what he does in the movie is try to control the alien like a dummy. Like he tries to, exploit the alien the same way that the or the TV people try to exploit the chimpanzee. He didn't learn his lesson. So there's an event in the movie where, he has everybody in the stands watching. He's about to put on a show where he's going to feed a horse that he got from OJ and them. That's why he's buying horses from him, so he can feed the horse to the alien up in the sky. And the alien comes a little bit earlier than expected, but the alien is not coming to eat the horse. The alien sucks up everybody at the ranch. We're talking about at least 100 people. Sucks them all up and eat them. They all look at him and he sucks them all up, including Ricky, the Asian guy. Because he thought he can control this creature just by feeding him horses. But you know what I'm saying? That's just like if you try to you was out in the wild and you feeding this lion deer meat or zebra meat or something, and then it's like, no, I'm about to eat you and your family. Because you thought you was taming it by, feeding it the zebra meat and then trying to capture it on camera like you some National Geographic filmographer or something like that. You know what I mean? So again, I'm putting this to you. I hope that as you capture it, that it doesn't capture you. So as you're trying to capture the footage of this lion, I hope the lion doesn't capture you. And the lion, it could be, physical, or it could be something proverbial or metaphoric. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people right now online that sit here and, make videos about how miserable their lives are. They're on the brink of suicide. And they sit here and make videos about that. And then people like us sit here and watch it for our own entertainment. This is a person suffering from some sort of mental illness. Like you sitting up here cutting yourself or doing some self destruction or self damage to yourself, self inflicted harm, just for views and likes on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. So you're willing to harm yourself just to get those views. You're an attention whore. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how many women, just women in the example, like just women, where it's like she looked like a nice girl, but just one day she just started showing her legs, her titties, her ass crack, like, whoa. But you know what I'm saying? She feeling like she's not attractive enough because she sees all these other women who are out here, exposing themselves and, putting their ass out there and doing all that and getting all types of attention. So she's like, well, I want that same level of attention. So if I want the same level of attention and likes and comments and all that, then I might as well show my ass. I'm not going to show my ass. I'm saying that, she's showing her ass. And it's just like that movie, The Players Club. You know what I'm saying? You keep showing your ass, and then Myron show up at your doorstep, talking about, I thought you loved me. I've spent a lot of money on you. You better open this door, Diamond. You know what I mean? Show business ain't what you think. Yeah, you get the fame, the money, the recognition, but there's a dark side to that fame. Ask Eminem. See, that was really kind of like the novelty of Eminem, is that, he was a spectacle. He was a white rapper. He wasn't a bad rapper. He was good at what he was doing. I mean, nowadays people try to shit on him and whatnot, but he was a novel rap. He wasn't someone where it was like, just a white guy trying to rap. He was a white skilled MC. You got black rappers right now that we respect that will say that Eminem is in a top 5 or he's one of the best to ever do it. But for me, it's like he had a novelty about him. That novelty wore off. And he keep trying to recapture that, by doing all these verbal acrobatics now. But it's like, the novelty is going to wear off. You know what I'm saying? He was a spectacle up until the spectacle died out. So that's another thing. A lot of people that get famous or insta famous or just people that are famous in general, like your fame don't last long. You're not going to be loved all the time. That's a very rare thing where you stay famous and relevant throughout the run of your career. Some people only are relevant for a year and that's it. The one hit wonders. You know what I'm saying? Like Vanilla Ice, he's another white rapper. I don't know any other song from him, just Ice, Ice Baby. That's the only song I know. I don't know any other song. So again, and this also goes into a lot of these celebrities resorting to reality TV. Remember, they was relevant in the 90s or the 80s or whatever, and now it's like they degraded themselves by being a part of these, reality TV shows like SWV, Sisters with Voices. Now they just reality TV now, or was. So look how these celebrities or these famous people, look how far they go, Dancing with the Stars. Like look how far they go to stay in your face. Like the Keith Murray situation. Everybody forgot about this guy, but ever since he started revealing all this stuff, he's in everybody's face again. He's famous again. You know what I'm saying? Or even Orlando Brown. Remember him? He was in on what's the show? Raven with what's her name? Raven Simone. That's so Raven. And look at him now. All tatted up. You know what I'm saying? Talking a lot of homo stuff. You know what I'm saying? Revealing people business, saying Bow Wow got some good, cooch. I don't know how that works, but he's out here doing that. So he's for me, the Orlando Brown is an example of Hollywood, Disney, just Disney, sucking him up, then spitting him right out. Do you think Orlando Brown is ever going to be in another Disney project? But that's my time, man. I don't want to keep it too long. This is a review of Nope. So again, I thought it was an excellent movie. A lot of people didn't like it because they didn't understand it. Because again, whenever it's flying over someone's head, literally, the alien was flying over people's head. This movie was flying over people's head just like it. But it's so relevant because it's talking about social media, attention whores, people doing anything for attention, anything captured on camera, and we're being sucked into that eye of the camera. So I'm looking right into the eye of the camera. I hope I don't let it exploit me. I hope that I don't, in the future start doing some wild, crazy. I call it the wild out point. The wild out point is when you start doing some crazy shit just for likes, attention, views, subscribers, or whatever. So you have people where they just regular posting, and then they get into the wild out point where they start showing their titties, they start doing these wild pranks, you know what I'm saying, trying to be jackasses and stuff like that. Like, you remember the show Jackass from MTV? They start doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Start cross-dressing, you know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers doing that just for likes or just to think it's funny, you know what I mean? It's an emasculation just for attention, validation, and likes. You know what I'm saying? So again, my name is Al Achad. Yup, the alien in Nope is a camera. Al Achad, holography, the whole writing of the arts and sciences as one educational discipline. Definitely, it's scrolling down here at the bottom, holographer.com/the book. Any donations, Cashapp me. Patreon holography/holography. Patreon.com/holography for all the Obai root work type of stuff. I'm not going to put it on my channel. It's going to go on my Patreon so that I ain't got to worry about it being taken down, or people that ain't worthwhile of getting information, they don't get it. So again, I hope that as you capture it, that it does not capture you.